So, I've been working on something new today, and I'm kind of excited to see what the market looks like for it. But it got me thinking, because it's something that, quite honestly, I'm putting a lot of work into it, but it's not necessarily hard. It's one of those cure a pain point with creativity type of things, but it's in the realm of cosmetology, and I've had this thought kind of a couple times lately. I've probably said it in a couple of the vlogs. I've been really trying to figure out what it is that I do know and what it is that I could know better and what it is that I would like to know. Because I feel like those are very different things. And I've said this before. It's a piece of advice I give a lot. But if you do not continue to seek education, you will, one, very rapidly not know anything, and two, you will never, ever know everything. So, it's like the only thing that we can do with knowledge that we have is continue to use it. But if we, and I'm going to make this real simple, are good at something, and there's a really long story as to why I'm not in the field of cosmetology anymore, or at least as of right now. I've been burned a lot. Not burned as in like 3-degree burn, I mean burned as in like, I've had pretty difficult circumstances that could have totally been avoided by working smarter, actually, rather than harder. I've been a booth runner independently. I have had my own business for the most part for a couple of years, like 3 years, that did really well with wedding hair and makeup individually. I have booth rented from a studio, and I would say I probably hated that experience the most, because it was like having a boss, but they weren't my boss. It felt like I had a boss. It felt like I was paying my boss, and I didn't like that at all. I've been commission based, and I've also managed a spa. And the spa that I managed their first of two, and for like a good 2.5 years, I pretty much ran the whole spa in the first location for a while, hiring, firing, HR, shipping, receiving, inventory, profit analysis, marketing, service program, just everything. I ran the spa, and I loved that one the most. And that was the last one that the owner embezzled from her own company and drove it under. So, like, I did a lot of work to keep that place afloat, and the more money I made for her, the more she embezzled. And it ended up going completely downhill, and I needed to take a break from it completely. And I think because that particular time was so dramatic for me, I kind of put all of it in a box, in a way. But I got to thinking, like, there are things that I do now, that I know now, that I can do now, that would benefit others who are in the field, other cosmetologists, other booth runners, other people. And I have all of this knowledge and all this experience and all of these things that, yes, I have actually kept up on continuous education over the past couple of years, even though I'm not in the field presently. But, and I don't use it. I don't really put it to use at all. And I think when I think about doing it, I'm like, yeah, but that's easy. And I begin to think, just because it's easy for me doesn't mean it's easy for somebody else. And if this part of this is so quote-unquote easy for me, then wouldn't my effort be spent well finding a way to make that more easily accessible to other people that could benefit from it? This is a so far off rant. But, basically I put together a weekly spread, and I'm continuing to add to it features, bullet journal type planner, outline that I think would be super useful for somebody who's still in the field, or super useful for me when I decide, I don't know, if I ever get back into it. Further down the line when I hit the lottery and I can open up my own spa. Because I won't work for anybody else again. That I won't let somebody else be in control of my potential in that way. Because I put a lot of work. I put a lot of work into the last spa, and it was a real shame when it went under 2 months after I stopped working there, because I was legitimately the one holding it together. So I've got some qualms. I'd have to approach it in the right way, but in any case, I got to thinking, like, we could be so good at things that we are really good at if we didn't look at them like that would be too easy. Because I feel like we can't say that about anything. Nothing is too easy to everybody. It may be too easy to you, and if it's easy to you and really difficult for somebody else, the best thing that you can do is help make that difficult thing for somebody else easy. I mean, so if you've got talent in something, and potential in something, and drive for something, and it seems like it's just easy for you, reach out. Like, find someone who has a pain point related to what you think is easy for you, and help make it easier for them. Or extend a hand, or at least make it public. Like, stop holding your talents like a secret. It's really silly to have secret talents. It's really silly to, hold on to things that you don't realize you have so much potential in. We're passionate about things for a reason, man. And if you're not pursuing your passions, you're wasting time, in my opinion. So I'm going to go this route, and I'm sure in about 3 months I'm going to be like, that thing I started that I never finished. Which I do a lot, actually. There's a lot of things where I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought that seemed like an awesome idea. I've grown so much since then, and it's developed so much. It's because you have to do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. And I'm doing it. A little bit. We'll see what happens. I'm excited, though.